Um, what do you think of abortion? I wanted
Uh,
to ask you for some time now.
Abortion? Like, what about it? What I mean, like, it's a multifaceted like area of like ethics and reasoning. But I mean, really, bottom line is like it's not some kind of speculation or something. Like, it's it appears to be. Um, it doesn't argue to be whether or not it wants to live or not. Like that's not speculation.
Yeah, like the thing about it, like you
What?
think. What I'm trying to say is that I've been thinking of abortion, right? And as an antinatalist, you don't really know if you should be pro or against abortion, because there's a lot of like arguments about it, and I wanted to see what do you think about it. Are you pro abortion or are you against it?
Yeah, at the moment I am. Yeah, I mean I can't conceive of why I would be against it. Like, give me some arguments for why I should be against it.
Well, I've watched a debate between Vegan Gains and Dr. Avi. You know them, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
yeah. I know. I didn't see that one. Yeah, I didn't see
Yeah,
that one.
and
I haven't
and
seen that one. I'm just should be very clear. I haven't seen that one. No.
yeah, Dr. Avi won that, and he's like against abortion in some respects. He thinks that it is immoral um, within some conditions, and it is moral within other conditions. And he kind of talked. He made this analogy to Vegan Gains about imagine
What was Vegan Gaines' premise?
I don't think that they've exactly stated that. It's more like Dr. Avi said some sort of counterpoints or something like that. And he made an analogy and a context for that analogy, and they just went at it. You
That
should
sounds
watch it.
really deceptive.
It's I don't think it's deceptive.
If
I
he,
think
if Vegan Gaines didn't have like a if Vegan Gaines didn't have like a question formulated or
well
like
well that's the thing. He was trying to like I think refute or like see why Dr. Avi is against it, and that's where it all started.
so what was Vegan
And
Gaines' question?
it's so so there were like so there were there was an analogy, right? And Dr. Ravi gave in the chat some statements or whatever, some conditions. I don't remember exactly, and they just started to argue about the
Yeah, that's
context.
really
It was
deceptive. That's deceptive. An analogy is like can either be strong or weak. Like
well, that's the thing. I think it was strong until a point. It went something like you inject someone with a venom or some shit like that with some poison, and the only way in which he can become healthy again is to stay connected to you, right? So you're like the host and he's like the thing, right? So he makes an analogy, and it's sort of you are the host, you're like, for example, the mother or whatever, that's ejecting the other human being. The other human being would be the fetus, and the act of the injection, would be the act of the act of basically procreation, like becoming a zygote. And they went off from that, and
you mean zygote?
yeah, zygote, sorry, and
Okay.
they just went off from that, and yeah, it's just really interesting. You should watch it.
Okay,
I found
I'll
it
watch it
very
after this. I'll watch it
yeah.
after this, but later on, later to, but after. But I want to talk about like what you just said. Like if that's what his analogy was, um, it's sort of easy to like. I mean, it's really ends up just being like it sounds like it's a positive versus negative rights type issue, you know. And how do you have a positive if there's a possibility even for the creature to whatever human to become a the worst thing that you could imagine then it just sort of falls apart, right? Like if that's why I argued always from this point, like where like if you like, would you be okay with it being a child rapist? Would you be okay with it growing up and being the potentially a child rapist or a torturer, or a et cetera and so forth? Like there's a ton of ors that are fully legitimate, that it could be, and like would you be okay with it being one of those things when you could have like prevented it like very easily without and pragmatically, like there's no speculation that it's legal in every state. Um, you know, it's not some kind of like terrible crime to get an abortion. Um, and the notion that it is just kind of ridiculous to me. First off, it's not. It doesn't have any of the implications of an adult. It hasn't suffered its entire life. It hasn't built a bunch of financial connections and relationships like an adult has. So to compare it, like the people, he wasn't trying. Was he trying to compare it to murder at all or anything dumb like that, like a lot of these people do?
No, he didn't really mention anything.
He didn't say it was like murder or killing people.
I don't think he did. No.
Okay. So his whole argument was from analogy, and you could view it as weak or strong based on like your um, subjective experience, basically. Like, would you take care? Like, anyone that's ever taken care of
Well,
someone would
I
probably
think
be
that
biased. Listen, everyone that would have ever taken care of someone would probably be biased, okay, towards what he was saying, or that has ever taken care of something. And like I probably would be too, a little bit. Like it sounds like because I've taken care of dogs and stuff, and they're like latched onto me basically, and and I like am too like attached to them to euthanize
yeah,
them.
but
You
the
understand? So
crucial
like that's
thing,
what he's playing towards. It's bias. It's
yeah,
bias.
but it's like he's implying the fact that the person who injects the poison imposes poison to be injected, like he imposes that act. Like that's the difference. So the person that it's being poisoned is like forced to be latched to that person, to the other person. Like he's forced because he can only leave only if he's latched to the person that injected him or her or whatever. And I think this makes a strong case for antinatalists in the sense that as we both know that people fuck and they're
Yeah,
not
for
ready
people
to the consequences and shit like that.
only for people that think that the imposition argument is robust. But they're contradictory in like a billion other ways as well. So it's only a good argument for people that are already off to a bad start with reasoning and logic and just understanding what the fuck is going on. Like they just don't understand what's going on fundamentally. Like you just said, it's an imposition or whatever. There's like those people are. I view them as. I have no respect for the imposition argument as a like robust theory for or proposition. You understand that, right? Like I've explained why it's not. You end up even in the case of where you're saying birth is an imposition. You're saying that you know you're saying imposition is bad in every instance, and imposition is not bad in every instance. Like it's if you're arguing for extinction of human life, like 100% of humans and animals, which is what like these people are doing, and so yeah, it's not. So yeah.
Have you ever debated Avi?
What? So what? Just to stick on the point of the imposition thing that you're talking about, like that it's an imposition that you're forcing it on them. Um, Not every imposition is a bad thing. That would be my rebuttal to what he's saying, and then I would just highlight how they could be child rapers or torturers or murderers, and it's a very high likelihood that like it's a 99% chance, approaching 100% chance that eventually you will land on all of these things. Some of them fat quicker than others, and some of them more than others that you don't want to see. And then if you just get the abortion, you're not. That's not like going to. It's not going to happen. You're stopping. You're effectively stopping all of the worst things. And yes, you're stopping all the good things too. But I've always argued that the good things are fucking trivial. They're completely trivial compared to the terrible things. And I could argue that in any that has worked flawlessly over the years. So
Thanks for watching this clip. A reminder to like the video if you value the topics that are raised in this channel. More like a video has, more people it reaches. If you disagree with us on anything, you are always welcome to challenge us on a Discord debate. A debate happens every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's streamed live on Superhuman Dance YouTube channel. The link of that server is in the description. Thank you.